Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. No matter where you are, I appreciate you for tuning in. Where I am, it's 4 o'clock in the morning, and you're with me, Coach Sam, with Disciplines with Coach Sam. We are back to meal prep. Here's a tip for success in your nutrition, right? For staying consistent. Stay up on your grocery shopping, specifically the grocery shopping for your healthy items. Create a schedule, create a routine where you routinely return to the grocery store to collect those items that keep you in line. Today we have the setup for turkey meatloaf. We also have the setup for some egg muffins, fajita style. I'll show you as we go along. Take notes, return to the video if you want to try these recipes. It's going to be healthy, it's going to be low calorie, and it's items that you can find at any grocery store. Follow along, here it comes. We're going to start with the meatloaf, ground turkey. Let's take a closer look. Right now, this is the 85 lean, 15% fat. It gets leaner than that. It gets healthier than that. However, at this stage in my prep, this is all that's needed right now. And I'll continue to go leaner and leaner and leaner as I get further along in my weeks. However, if you're just someone out there who wants to lose weight, 85-15, that's fine. It could be a lot worse than this, okay? Start here, get familiar with the taste, try the recipes, and from there, keep moving leaner and leaner and leaner. We're gonna put the whole container, this is 48 ounces. We're gonna put the 48 ounces right inside the mixing bowl. For this recipe, you're gonna need a measuring cup, a 1 cup measuring cup. You're gonna need oats. They can be quick oats, or you can go with old-fashioned oats, but this is for combining everything and drying out the meat so that way it stays formed and it gives you some healthy carbs. You're gonna need this onion soup mix. This is the perfect seasoning for meatloaf, especially if it's do it yourself at home. For the fellas out there who you're not a chef by nature, just go get the seasoning, okay? So that way you're not cutting up a bunch of vegetables, looking at spices to find out if it's gonna be the right taste. Just go get the seasoning. Take a closer look, sure. Next, you'll need some ketchup. So this is just some traditional ketchup. However, there's no sugar added. It's only 20 calories per serving. We're gonna use more than what the serving is because we're making 10 servings. And you need eggs. Nothing special about the eggs, just to get you some large white eggs. They can be large brown eggs, but you're gonna need 2 of them. First thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna smash up this meat so that way it's all spread out. And once I start adding the seasons in it, it won't get all clumped up in one spot. Next, we're gonna go with the 2 large eggs. I'm sure we're all familiar with cracking eggs. However, if you're kind of clumsy, don't crack your eggs over your food. Crack them in something separate, make sure there's no eggshells, and then pour the eggs into your dish. 2 whole eggs. Next, we need 1 cup of oats. 1 cup. We need 1 cup of water and also 1 cup of the ketchup. 1 cup of water. For anyone who's making this recipe for the first time, you need to take a close look at the consistency so that way when you're doing it, you know when it's ready to start putting it in the oven. It should look a little like this. Okay. So right now my oven's at 360. I'm going to make 2 separate trays of this. Although not needed, there's going to be plenty of natural oil that comes from your recipe there. So I'm going to put, that's it right there, just to make sure it's not going to get all sticky and dried up down there. Now you can get fancier with this, right? I'm talking adding cheese and breadcrumbs and peppers, whatever. However, we want to work on simplifying our nutrition, right? Nutrition can't always be a party. It can't always be a celebration. Sometimes we just have to be disciplined, be consistent, and stick with the minimum, okay? Those additives, they add. They're additives. They're going to add. Before placing it in the oven, it should look a little something like this. Here they are. Time to go in the oven. Okay, while that's in the oven, we're going to move on to some breakfast egg muffins. Let's start with 2 cups. I'm going to take my 2 cups of egg whites. I'm going to pour it in my blender. Now, you can do this in a large bowl with mixing with a spoon and everything like that as you add your ingredients. However, I'm going to keep it simple. I want this prep to be as quick as possible, as routine as possible, so that way I can always get it done. On the border, let's take a closer look. Yes. I like that sound. All right, we're measuring everything. What I have here is a half tablespoon, and we're going to put 4 of them in there for now, making 2 tablespoons. We got some blue cheese crumbles. Blue cheese crumbles. If you're eating cheese at all, please have real fresh cheese, not processed cheese, not the slices that come in the plastic, okay? Not the Velveeta. Now, when you're not dieting and you just want to have a sandwich or you want to create some kind of recipes, it's all about taste, that's fine. But those are not allowed during dieting, weight loss journeys, or prep. For seasonings, parsley flakes, a little black pepper, garlic seasoning, and a dash of a little something with spice. We are now going to blend this up. Okay, so now we have our blended mixture in our muffin tray. Two cups for 12 muffins. Let's get these in the oven. Okay, so now they're in the oven. What we do now, we wait. But while we wait, we clean up. Are y'all watching the sun come up with me? It's starting to rise here in the mountains. Thank you for being here. Okay, so I had a little turkey meatloaf left over. So I'm gonna add that into a separate container here. I'm gonna air fry it. I never air fried a meatloaf before, but I'm gonna give it a shot and see how it turns out. Once it's all done, you have your finished project, you have your meatloaf, turkey meatloaf, and you have your egg muffins made of egg whites. I'm gonna enjoy some of this right now and then get ready for the gym. I wanna thank you guys for joining me this morning. Now go and get out of here, have your breakfast, and go to the gym.